Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Today we're taking a look at the Slaves to Darkness, and in particular the Despoilers subfaction of the army. In this video we're going to go through talk about the Despoilers ability for the subfaction. We'll then take a look at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the faction. We'll then take a look at some other units we recommend to expand upon those couple of initial purchases with, before finally finishing off the video with a little sample army list for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Slaves to Darkness army using the Despoilers subfaction for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And so, the special rule we get for the Despoilers is called the Favoured and the Cursed. First of all, we add 2 to the wounds characteristic of friendly Despoilers monsters units. So straight away, we are going to be including monsters in this army. Now, on top of this, in addition, each Despoiler's Demon Prince can be given a command trait in addition to your general, which can be used if they were your general. So you can use them as if they were your general, so they'd all work. All the wording is there for them to actually do what they need to be doing. And then each command trait, though, must be different. And so, looking at where to start, a Demon Prince, of course, is the place to go. Now, Demon Princes have a variety of different weapon options. They can choose from a Demonic Axe, Hellforged Swords, or Malefic Talons. These all have a variety of different attack profiles and different rules. The Demonic Axe has 3 attacks at 3s and 3s, red -2, damage 2. And then you'll get the Hellforged Sword, which has 5 attacks, 3 3s, red 1, damage D3. But if you roll the 6 to hit, it'll do D3 mortals and the attack sequence will end. On top of that, you've got the Malefic Talons as well, 3s and 3s with 8 attacks, no rend, and damage 2. So you've got a couple of different options. I really do like the Hellforged Sword as my preferred option. Now, you do get to choose between having wings, which will give your model fly and change its move characteristic to 12-inch instead of its base 8. And you can choose to also to have a mounted skulls and fallen foes. So if this unit has the trophy rack option, which is the other option besides the wings, and an enemy friendly unit who's wholly within 9 inch of them, in addition, each time an enemy hero and monster is slain, you increase your range by 3 inch, that friendly unit will not take battle shock tests. Demon Prince also has a 4+ ward. He's got the Immortal Champion wall where he can carry out a bunch of different heroic actions based on which mark you've given him, which can include things like always strikes first, bonuses on your charge as well. Now, alongside the Demon Prince, we need some battle line. Now, obviously, we're going to be looking to adding a ton of monsters into this army list, so some cheap, solid, survivable battle line, I think, for holding objectives is a really good option, and there are none better than Iron Golems. They're dirt cheap at 100 points. You're going to get 8 or 9 models, I can't remember exactly, I'm pretty sure it's 8 models in an Iron Golems unit. And they're going to get +1 save when they choose to not make a normal move in the turn. So they can pile in, they can charge, they can retreat, and they still get that +1, which makes them really good objective holders for you. And so, looking at the monsters we can bring into this force, the first one I want to look at is the Soul Grinder. This is a giant amalgamation of machine and demon. Now, the Soul Grinder has a pretty decent amount of wounds. It's got 18 base, or 20 in this particular subfaction, and a 4-up save. It has a degrading move of 12 to 6 inch, and it's got a variety of different weapons. It can be armed with a Harvester Cannon, Phlegm Bombardment, Hellforged Clawed, Piston-Driven Legs, and one of the following, either Warp Metal Blade or Demon Blade Talon. Now, so the Warp Metal Blade is 2 attacks at 4s, 3s, rend 2, damage 3, and the Demon Bane Talon has 4 attacks, so double the amount of attacks, but your damage is only rend 1, damage D3. You do hit on 3s with that instead of 4s though. Now, the Hellforged Claw, if your modified hit roll for an attack made with the Hellforged Claw is a 6, you inflict D6 mortal wounds on the target and the attack sequence would end. So you've got some cool mortal wound output, and you can also run and shoot in the same turn as well with your Soul Grinder. Now, another monster to look at is the Slaughter Brute. The cool thing about this is you bind it to one of your friendly Slaves to Darkness heroes or core mortal heroes in your army. Unit can receive the following commands from the unit it is bound to. You can use the first command ability to, until the end of the phase, use the top row of this monster's bracket profile, regardless of how many wounds it's taken. You can get it to have 3d6 charges, or you can give it the ability to have on a 2+, it'll do mortal wounds when it at the end of the combat phase. Now, its base attacks, you've got top profile, 8 attacks, 4s and 3s, Ren 1 damage D3. All the Mighty Jaws with 2 attacks, 4s and 1s, though 2s because you always fail on a 1, no Ren damage 3 as well. Looking into a couple of hero options, we have the Chaos Lord on Manticore. This is a pretty fighty hero. It's the only real true monster-mounted hero we have for the Slaves to Darkness, obviously besides someone like Archaon himself. Now, you've got a 4+ save and 12 wounds. You've got a variety of different weapon options. You can choose either the Demon Blade, Chaos Flail, and you're also armed with one of the following options of the Chaos Lance, Chaos Rune Shield, or Dagger Fist as well. They're all going to give you a variety of different options, and you can also issue redeploy commands to friendly Slave to Darkness unit. You can re-roll the dice with this model if he issues the command to them, so you can re-roll how far you're actually going to move. The last one is the Chaos Sorcerer Lord on Manticore. This is going to give you the ability to provide a 6-up ward save with his Oracular Visions, and also a really great horde killing spell in the Winds of Chaos. And so here we have our sample army list. We're Despoilers, we've gone for Gur, because you know what? We're playing in a monster army, so we're from the realm of beasts. Grand strategy is no place for the weak, trying to kill all our opponent's monsters. And then we also have the Triumph for Inspired. Now, we are going to go with 2 Slaves to Darkness Demon Princes as our leader options. The first of them is going to be our General, and we're going to have the command trait Bolstered by Chaos. Now, what Bolstered by Chaos is going to do for us is this is going to give us an additional 2 wounds on our profile, but also it's going to make this model count as a monster, or be a monster, so it'll get another additional 2 wounds on top of that. So 4 wounds is what this is going to provide to our Demon Prince. We've gone for the Mark of Nurgle on this model, so this is going to make enemies subtract 1 from wound rolls with melee weapons that target it. In addition, it can issue a following command, though we don't have any other Nurgle units but himself in the list. Now, we're also going to go with the artifact Helm of Many Eyes on this model as well. What the Helm of Many Eyes is doing for us is giving the bearer the Strike First ability. Now, how that's going to work is we've got our other Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince who also gets to pick a command trait, and we've gone for the command trait which is called Not to be Denied. This allows him to use a heroic action. If the other Slaves to Darkness leader uses a heroic action, he can also use one. So he's going to use the heroic action that is on his war scroll, being a Chaos Undivided Demon Prince, meaning both Demon Princes here will have always strikes first. Now, for Battle Line, we've got 2 units of 10 Iron Golems, and then we've got the Slaughter Brute and Soul Grinder in our Behemoth slots, rounding out the army. We've got a Battle Regiment tying up most of our units, except either the Slaughter Brute or Soul Grinder. Pick which one you don't want to go in the battalion. It doesn't really matter. But 995 points, not every chance we're going to get that triumph, but there'll be the odd chance we do, being 5 points under, we're not perfect. So 60 wounds, 2 drops, a ton of monsters. Should be a really fun Slaves to Darkness army to play, and something a little bit different. If you've got a Monster Mash Slaves to Darkness army, show us in the comments down below what you've got planned. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can find links to both our Patreon and YouTube members in there who will get the ability to choose the focus of the channel, being able to request particular videos in our Getting Started series and start collecting series that you want to see. If you are a YouTube member as well, when we do live streams on YouTube, you also get access to a bunch of cool emojis in the chat. Now, you can also go and grab some Sinful Gaming merch as well down in those videos' descriptions, for either from our Ko-fi or Teespring stores. As a last thing, a special shout out is something that all our Patreon and YouTube members get, so thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, Bloobs, Benjamin Suarez, Red Martin, and Aaron DeHaven. And to our YouTube members as well, thank you Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you can see for the channel. Thank you once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.